Well, I thought after the elections it would be pretty much over, and it's not. These people will not give up. They've got half of the world, half of this country brainwashed. And I'm going to put up some videos to show how they do it. I'm not covering the mainstream news so much, but basically what's in the background that they basically don't talk much about. Them poor idiots at the beginning of this are about the worst criminals ever. A couple of them need to be deported. One of them is not in the country, but I think that's pretty much over. And so these next videos are about how they brainwash most people. And I'll put up a couple of others. They're worried about fixing the government corruption in all these government agencies instead of worrying about how they're actually stopping the bleeding of money, the lies, the thievery of these funds going to these government agencies. Instead of worrying about that, they want to stop what we're doing, or trying to stop it. They're getting rid of the cartel criminals, the criminal rapists, the illegal people, and they don't like that. How in the F do you not like that? It's like, I don't understand it, except where they've been brainwashed, and even the elite have been fooled. Kind of like what the Bible said. So, on with the video, and I'll try to lay it out as best I can. I haven't been doing these lately because I've been busy rebuilding what I own, and those videos are behind this one. So at the end, like I said before, I try to lighten it up. So I kind of lost faith in people, and then I see these people on these animal videos and different ones that I pick up, and I know that there's a good side to people, but man, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. Anyway, over and out.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 To our democracy.
The following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
Fascist.
Fascist.
Fascist political party.
Radicals on the far right.
Anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
Xenophobic.
Transphobic.
Uncle Tom's.
White supremacist.
Domestic terrorist.
Neo-Nazi organizer.
Nazis.
You are an anti-vaxxer.
Anti-vaxxers.
Racist.
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 A racist.
All right, big developments in the last 2 hours. U.S. Attorney out of the Key District in D.C. has filed an official request with the Justice Department, which means it will be accepted about 99% of the time, to authorize a full criminal investigation of Senator Chuck Schumer, who one of many times got up on national television and said, we're coming after the Supreme Court. You better do what we say or you're going to pay. We're going to hit you like you've never been hit. And you could say in normal politics, well, maybe that's speech, but the Supreme Court's not up for election. You had a bunch of violence, people coming to their houses, all the rest of them. I mean, he's clearly saying, you do what I say or you'll never know what hit you is one of the quotes. Now, look, you can say that's First Amendment. And I tend to say, I agree with that. I'm a First Amendment guy. The left, of course, doesn't agree with it. The difference is Schumer's the guy falsely claiming and pushing for criminal charges on Trump and all the whole witch hunt, saying he called for violence on January 6th when Trump called for the opposite. So by their yardstick, by their rules, he should be indicted and go to prison for incitement of violence. And of course, you got Maxine Waters always saying go out and get in people's faces and attack them. And you got Hakeem Jeffries yesterday saying let's go out and fight them in the street. And it's the left that burns down cities, and they've been calling for insurrection and killing Trump. So by their rules and by Adam Schiff's rules, they should all go to prison. But instead, we'll just kick them out of power and cut off their money and then investigate them for all the other crimes they committed and send them to prison. What Chucky Schumer said, the intelligence agencies have 6 ways from Sunny to get back at you if you don't submit, as he said 8 years ago. Well, we don't need the intelligence agencies if they're not supposed to operate domestically. We have the law. In jail for his thinly veiled threats and terrorism. We'll put him in jail for all the insider trading and all the corruption and all the pedophilia that he's been protecting with the open border and human trafficking, because he's as guilty as Kamala Harris and, of course, Mayorkas and all the rest of them. So, Chucky Schumer and all the rest of you, they're sitting in the game. You tried to kill Trump, trying to kill America. Well, now you got a real fight on your hands.
I do not care that Elon Musk is unconventional in his methods. So according to Jasmine Crockett, who said that she is also on the House Budgeting Committee, Elon Musk is doing things wrong, and that's why Democrats are so upset. She said that what he's supposed to do when he discovers these things is convene a committee and have a committee meeting so that they can discuss things quietly. He is not supposed to bring things to the attention of the American people, and he has been posting things on X. He's been vocal about it on social media every time he finds something. But I do not care if his methods are unconventional. I think that the reason they want him to discover these things and keep it behind closed doors so that they can continue with this money laundering that they have been doing over the last few years. And I'm curious too about Jasmine Crockett, because she loves to talk about the oppression of the black person in this country and how white people, according to her, will never understand how it feels to be a black person in America. This is what Jasmine Crockett loves to talk about. But what about the oppression of the American taxpayer? You have taxes taken out of your paycheck before you even get it. And our government, our elected officials are sending our tax dollars all over the world to paying for the most ridiculous things on our dime. $59 million spent on housing undocumented migrants in the state of New York in luxury hotels. $59 million. But meanwhile, we have American citizens who are sleeping in tents and who lost everything they have. But our government managed to come up with $59 million to house undocumented immigrants in luxury hotels in the state of New York. If Jasmine Crockett and all these other Democrats were really for the people, this is what they would be talking about. They would be advocating for the people instead of advocating against an appointed elected official who is doing his job.
What they are saying in this next video is exactly the opposite. Democracy has become a danger to us all.
All this sort of federal money going to media companies is what helps explain why the legacy media all says the same thing at the same time.
That the dangerous, edges here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts, and he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job. Control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about troubling irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
I apologize.
That was perfect.
I'm breaking all the rules. I'm breaking all the rules.
Well, I guess we might make some mistakes. Who knows?
I think one of the biggest problems we have is that everyone's egos are too big.
I actually just prefer to have no titles at all.
You're opening yourself up.
I'm just being me. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
This is a city without stray animals, because the whole city belongs to them. Stray animals here often show up in the most unexpected places. Some cats join officials in meetings, while prosecutors on the subway patrol take time to greet their feline colleagues. You might even see cats performing on stage at a concert, or walking down the runway, unafraid of human attention. Dogs work as security inspectors at checkpoints and sometimes even assist traffic police. Everyone in the city takes care of them, believing that people who don't love animals don't know how to love others. There's also a law that stops people from chasing them away. The government has built homes for them, and food dispensers are placed everywhere. Every dog here is vaccinated, and they wear identity tags that reflect their personalities. They can also ask people for food anytime, and there's even concern about stray dogs being overweight. The city's love for strays makes it feel warm and welcoming. This city is called Istanbul. If you're not following, you're probably never going to see us again. But if you are, then congratulations, you're growing every day.
Look at what this kid will do.
Excuse me? Can I play with you, please?
Vivaldi?
Yeah.
It's quite hard.
I think you could do it.
Okay, yeah, let's try.